Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money. With your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 291 of Screw the Commute podcast. I'm here with Vladimir Adonis. He spent $30,000 to build a very successful dating and dancing website and got it shut down. But getting it shut down didn't shut him down. Wait till you hear his story. I'll bring him on in a few minutes. Now, I hope you didn't miss episode 290. Oh my goodness. Chris Sinog was a Navy SEAL for many, many years, and he's got this accelerated learning program to help you learn anything you need to learn way faster. And I guess that's pretty important when you're getting shot at and blown up in the service all the time, to learn how to get out of it. So that was episode 290. Now, how would you like to hear your own voice here on Screw the Commute? Well, if the show's helped you out at all in your business or given you ideas to help you start a business, we want to hear about it. So visit screwthecommute.com and look for a little blue sidebar that says send voicemail. Click on it, talk into your phone or your computer and tell us how the show's helped you out. Put your website on there, and you will get a nice big shout out on a future episode of Screw the Commute in your own voice. How do you like that? All right, grab a copy of our automation ebook. You can find it at screwthecommute.com/automate free. And this ebook we sell for $27, but it's yours free for listening to the show. And just one of the tips in this whole book saved me 7.5 million keystrokes. We actually kind of estimated it out a couple years ago, so it's probably 8 million by now. So really help you take care of customers faster, grab more money because your pitiful competitors are too slow to get back to people. So really powerful book. Screwthecommute.com/automate free. And while you're at it, grab a copy of our podcast app at screwthecommute.com/app. That's APP. Now we're sitting here in the middle of this pandemic. Our governor of our state just decided that, everybody's got to wear masks. Everybody wear now. I guess not into the bank because it's a good way for robbers to rob the bank, I guess. But work from home, searches on Google are going crazy. And, I've been preaching this since 1996 when I started teaching this stuff. I've been selling since 1994 online. 96, I started teaching it, and people were calling me up saying, well, I wish I would have listened to you, Tom. And I said, yeah, I bet you do. Because with these kinds of skills, and Vladimir's going to talk about them too, you can have a nice, good living from home, screw the commute, help a lot of people around the world, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So I have the only licensed dedicated internet marketing school in the country, and we teach these skills also. And it's one of the best gifts you could ever give to your grandchildren or children or nephews or nieces would be a scholarship to this school. And you can check it out at imtcva.org, where you can get skills that are highly in demand and actually be making money before you graduate. We can't guarantee that because that would be unethical, but we have people doing it. And so you'll have that chance too. All right, let's bring on the main event. The guy spent $30,000 to build this great website, and he learned how to do search engine optimization, and he started attracting thousands of members to his site. But unfortunately, it got shut down because of copyright violations and copyright laws. Well, the marketing skills Vladimir learned along the way, and this is his real name, by the way. This is the first thing I asked the guy, is this your real name or a stage name? Vladimir Adonis. This is like the lights are opening up on the Vegas stage, and here comes Vladimir Adonis. So he said, yep, that's his real name. So anyway, he took all the things he learned and started to host local marketing workshops in his area, teaching other entrepreneurs how to generate leads online. And today he coaches and teaches consultants and coaches how to start or grow an online coaching business so that they can get more leads, make more sales, and experience more time and freedom for themselves and with their families. Vladimir, are you ready to screw?
Yes, let's go.
All right.
Yes, let's go.
How you doing, man?
I'm great, Tom. Thanks for having me on the show. How are you?
Oh, I'm peachy, man. I'm just sitting there. People call me, like I said, people call me up all the time. How, you okay? You okay with this pandemic? Well, I've been sitting here for 20 years as it is. I don't even notice. And that's what a lot of people you teach do. If they're working from home, it's just not as bad as the typical person that was going to work every day.
Yeah, most certainly. It is definitely a leverage way to be able to help people to grow, and to have that flexibility. So long as you have a Wi-Fi and access to a computer, then you're golden.
Exactly. And now I have to tell you up front, because we don't know each other that well, is I have been, this might surprise you, it might not, and I'm not getting in your face, but I have been ragging for years against the term coaching. And I'll tell you why. And again, I don't want to step on any toes of coaches that are real professional, do a great job, and really help people. What I'm talking about is the semantics of it. For instance, I have a mentor program, which is a little different term, kind of the same things that you do. But the problem with the term coaching is the whole field has been kind of bastardized, with everybody on earth that never did a thing in their life wants to be a life coach. So that's why I try to get people to call themselves a mentor rather than a coach. But again, you're teaching the same stuff, but it's the way you're positioning yourself. So that's the way I do it. And I just want you to know that up front when I hear the term coach all the time. I would love if the coaches would switch to the word mentor, and then it would be it would appear to be a higher level person rather than some of these people that are hurting the industry.
Got it. Understood. Makes sense.
All right. So tell us what you're doing, then we'll take you back to the beginning and see how you came up, if you ever had a job, and how you got out of it and how you got into this. But what are you doing for coaches now? Or potential coaches?
What I'm doing for potential coaches is that I know that we have people that acquired a skill set and acquired a knowledge along the way, and that knowledge has the ability to bridge a gap in the marketplace, and that knowledge has the ability to solve a problem in the marketplace. I know you talked about people who have yet to really acquire a real skill, but yet they're calling themselves coaches. Those are not the individuals I'm talking to.
Right.
I'm talking to the individuals who they've worked. So for me, I've worked for years and years and years and years to acquire my skill set, and my skill set has the ability to solve a problem in the marketplace, and solves a problem in the marketplace. It bridges a gap in the marketplace. So that's one side of the token. One side of the token is the individual that really has that skill set. The issue is that that person doesn't know how to use that skill set to find more clients, to generate leads, and to be able to call out to the people who are right for them. So essentially, that's what I do. You have a skill set, you need to bridge that gap, and you need to find more leads and find more clients. That's where I come in to help you to properly launch it, to generate leads, and then turn those leads into clients. So that's my skill set, and those are the group of individuals that I work with.
All right. Now, do you help them actually become more effective in their coaching? Because some people are very skilled at what they do, but terrible teachers. So do you get into that part of it at all?
I do get into that part of it. I get into the part of structuring the program so that the program has, outcome-driven type of deliverables, so that the program itself, so long as the person has a skill set. I cannot teach the person the skill set, but provided the person has the skill set, we do go through a part of the program whereby, from a structure standpoint, we structure the program, and we make sure that from a structure standpoint, if we have components or parts of the program, that those parts and those components does indeed have what we call an expected outcome. For a very long time, I worked for a university, and when I worked for that university, one of the things that we always worked on is, okay, if the professor is going to be teaching something, we always focused on, okay, what is the expected outcome of this section? What is the expected outcome of the course? So I do the same thing with the individuals that I work with today.
Yeah. So, yeah, because like I said, a lot of people could just spew at you and bury you in no time with their knowledge, but that doesn't help you as the recipient of that, because then you can't implement, and you don't really understand what's going on.
Right. Yeah, most certainly.
Okay. So let's take you back to, were you an entrepreneurial kid? You said you had a job at a university, but let's take you way back and then bring you up. How did you come up through the ranks to become the entrepreneur you are today?
All right, so Tom, I am of Haitian descent. My mom migrated to the States here a very long time. I was about 9 years old.
Hmm.
And the reason my mom migrated here to the States was that coming to the United States meant that she was going to have a better life for herself, and that she was going to be able to attain certain financial resources, and she was going to be able to use those financial resources to be able to take care of family back home, back in Haiti. So that was the idea. That was the
Hmm.
goal. That was the thing that brought her here to the States. But what I noticed is that when we came here to the States, my mom didn't have any money. And when we arrived here to the States, we moved into a one-bedroom apartment. Now, when I mean a one-bedroom apartment, essentially it was one bedroom and one living room. The living room was converted into a bedroom. There was a total of 7 of us that was living there. When I first
Wow.
got there, I thought to myself, man, this just does not seem like the ideal life. However, my mom and the folks that were living there, they were what we call migrant workers, and they were seasonal workers. They worked only a couple of months out of the year. They were trying to take care of themselves, and they also was trying to take care of family back home. So at that
Hmm.
moment, I started to ask myself, okay, there's got to be a better way. So my definition of there's got to be a better way, I thought to myself, okay, I am in a country that provides, opportunities that perhaps that I don't have back at my home country. How can I make the best of the resources that are available to me here in the States?
And you're
And
nine
the
years old
definition of
thinking
success, how
about
do I
this.
become successful? The way that
You're
I
nine
am
years
about
old.
9 years old thinking about this.
Wow. Wow.
So, the I'm 9 years old thinking, okay, how do I make the best of my situation? How do I, grow from that? And the way that I define that is, hey, you know what, you work hard and you go to school and you get a good paying job. That's what my family believed in.
Right.
So I did that. I went to school. I worked very hard, and I worked my way all the way up to an executive level position. And when I reached that goal, I thought to myself, okay, there's got to be a different way. There's got to be a better way. So then at that time, I said, you know what? Let me go into entrepreneurship. That's when I spent about $30,000 and hired a programmer, and that programmer built me a dating slash dancing type website.
Yeah.
I
What
learned how
does
to
that
do
mean?
search engine
Let's stop there for a
optimization.
second. What's
And
a
unfortunately,
dating?
because of copyright laws, from
Is there must be a delay or something like I just got
a dating slash.
yeah, what's a dating dancing site?
Okay, so the goal of a dating slash dancing website is for individuals who desire to go out dancing. However, they don't have a dance partner and they desire to find a dance partner prior to arriving to a dance venue.
Oh,
So I
okay,
like
I
to
get it.
dance, the other individual like to dance, but that person doesn't have a partner and they want to find people who are compatible with them. So from a compatibility standpoint, you like to dance, the other person like to dance. This is a platform where you can go to find people just like you and people who like to dance just like you.
Got it. So
That
why
was
did
the
it get shut
spin,
down?
and that's how I wanted to kind of just differentiate myself from other dating websites that were already. The reason why I got shut down is because my members had the ability to upload music and dance videos of themselves, and obviously I don't have the right to those music. So from a copywriting standpoint, I had to shut it down in order to avoid being sued and having a whole bunch of legal issues.
Oh, that really sucks. Okay, so you got this great site shut down, then what?
So after the site shut down, I had learned how to do search engine optimization. That is where you rank pages and or keywords on the first page of Google, so that when people are looking for your service or your product, they can go ahead and appear there. So I
And
thought to
what
myself,
year
okay,
was this roughly?
this was roughly 2014.
Okay.
2014. So I learned how to do search engine optimization. I thought to myself, I can use this skill set, and I can show other entrepreneurs in my local area how to use this skill set, thereby they can use that to rank on Google. So I started to kind of just take what I had learned and started teaching it to entrepreneurs in my local area, so that way they can learn how to do search engine optimization. So that is the pivot in the transition, that I made after losing my online dating website.
All right, I want to go back to that for a second though. Was there any chance to save it by just allowing them to upload video with no audio or something, just so they could see each other? Or was it just totally shot?
It was just totally shot, because what made it unique was that people being able to upload dance videos and dance music of any genre, of any kind, of any caliber. So that's what made it
Oh,
unique. It would have taken out the unique aspect of it. So that's why I had to end up, shutting it down.
Is there anybody doing it now that's like paying licensing to do that?
I stopped following the industry some time ago
Okay.
when I made the transition, so I'm not sure if someone's doing
Okay.
that now.
All right. Now, the good day on the dance floor with me is if I don't hurt anybody. All right. So you knew you had a skill set. It's kind of like that movie Taken with Liam Neeson. I have a set of skills, and but you didn't kill anybody with your SEO stuff. You decided to turn it into something good for people. So knowing you had those set of skills, then what happened next? Did you start a corporation, an LLC? Just start. How did you infiltrate the coaching arena?
Knowing that I had the skill set, I needed to validate my skill set. And the best way for me to validate that skill set is to host local marketing workshops for free. And just to make sure that people are indeed getting results. And I needed to validate, my content to make sure, I know what I'm talking about. I can get results for myself, but can I get results for other individuals? So I started hosting local workshops via my local area.
Now, were these for coaches or just marketing in general?
This was just marketing in general. I started off with just marketing in general. It wasn't coaching specifically.
Okay.
But the problem that I noticed was that Meetup, when I would host the Meetup, when I would announce the Meetup would announce my Meetup to its group of members.
Right.
And upon the announcement, I would get maybe about 10 to 15 members. However, the issue that I was running into is that I would not get new members. I would get new members, but it would be very sporadic.
Mm-hmm.
I would get maybe one or two new members a month. And I thought to myself, okay, this is not a scalable type of model. I need to go learn how to, generate leads on a more consistent basis, and thereby so I can go ahead and get more people into my program and get more people to do business with me. So at that point, I decided to transition and I decided to learn how to do social media marketing. I thought to myself, just as if I learned search engine optimization, I could learn a different methodology that would allow me to scale and that would allow me to get traction a lot faster. So fast forward, a couple of months or maybe like a year or so later, I learned how to do search and I learned how to do social media marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, I focused on Facebook. And that's the methodology that I use today to generate leads on a very consistent basis. And some of those leads become clients. So that is the methodology that I use today to generate leads for my coaching business. And then some of those individuals end up working with me.
And then those people use that same methodology to get coaches into or get into students into their business?
Yes, those people use the same methodology. Facebook, that's the methodology that I'm comfortable with, and that's the methodology that I use.
All right, so give us some tips on without revealing the whole method, but give us some tips on, because some people don't like Facebook, some people like YouTube, so what do you like about Facebook, and what are some of the things that you do to use it to your advantage?
The thing that I really like about Facebook and the thing that I've leveraged to my advantage is video. Now I know,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you hear the word video, some people may say, I've done plenty of videos and it just hasn't worked. Well, I use video as an asset. So let's just say, as a coach, you should have some type of methodology and you should be able to provide some type of training or some type of tips or guide to your prospective audience. So let's just say I just recorded a video that's showing people how to do X, Y, and Z. Now, I don't just make that video readily available to everyone. I make that video available to people upon requesting access. So what that means is that someone has to provide me with their name and contact information to be able to view that video. After someone gives me their name and their contact information, well, that tells me a couple of things. That tells me that that person has a desire to know more about that topic. And it also tells me that that person is an individual that's trying to solve that problem. So then that person gets the opportunity to consume that content. And after they consume that content, I make a call to action, meaning that after I provide them with some tips and some guide, I invite them to the next step of my sales process, which is, hey, you know what, schedule a call so that way I can give you something a little bit more specific, something a little bit more, customized to you and your business. And it's going to show you how to get results much faster. And obviously, some people will schedule that call and some people won't. And the individual that scheduled the call, you have a portion of those individuals that end up working with you. The other thing that I like about that opportunity as well is that, only a small percentage of people will be ready to do business with you at any given time. Well, you're using your video as leverage. You're using your video to collect as many emails as possible. you're using that email to stay those people email to stay top of mind. What that means is that, every other day or once a week or twice a week, you want to remind those people that, hey, I'm still in business. You want to continue to give those people tips. You want to stay in front of those people because at some point they're going to be ready to do business with you, and you want to be the person that come to mind when it's time for them to make that transition and take that next step.
All right, now are you using paid ads to put your to bring them in the beginning, or what?
Paid ads.
Okay.
Yep, paid ads is mine. Paid ads I can control a little bit more.
Yep.
Paid
Mm-hmm.
ads I can scale. I can say, hey, I want to spend $100 on Facebook ads today, and I want to spend $200 tomorrow. Depending on how well the ad is performing. So I have a lot more control over that, and I can control how many leads are coming into my pipeline. And I like the ability to be able to scale and control it, turn it off, turn it on, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and when I saw that you really learned how to do search engine optimization, I was thinking to myself, hey, we quit doing that 5 years ago, and I was taught by the best of the best, a guy named Michael Campbell, long before your time, and he could get all 10 spots on the first page for he and his clients, and I got to the point where I could get between 4 and 6 of my own sites on the page one. And but that was a long time ago. That doesn't, you can't do that anymore. So we switched to paid ads for the same reasons you just mentioned, because you can control it. So that's a really good method. And so, but learning Facebook ads was a learning curve too, right?
That was definitely a learning curve.
And it changes every day. Every time I open the thing up, something's different.
Yep. Whether it be the dashboard, whether it be the methodology, whether it be, there's just so many things that's changing. So I'm consistently, learning and growing and trying to become just that much better, because I have to make sure that the method not only works for me, but it has to work for, my clients that I bring on board. Mm-hmm. So I am constantly, learning and trying to become just that much better at Facebook from a lead generation standpoint and from a client acquisition standpoint.
Yeah, and that's we were talking about that with my school before we got started today, about how a class at a big university may update once a year or maybe every couple years. All right, but we in this field we update sometimes daily. Probably no less than once a week, something has changed that we need to change the curriculum of our school, and nobody does that. So keeping current is really important, because you teach old stuff, then you get a bad reputation pretty quick. So we got to take a brief sponsor break. When we come back, we'll ask Vladimir what a typical day looks like, what his work schedule is on a daily basis, and he's got something to give you. So we'll get see what that is as soon as we get back. All right, so folks, about 20 years ago, I kind of turned the internet marketing guru world on its head, because guys at my level were charging 50 or 100 grand up front to get you to teach you this stuff. And I know a lot of these guys, if you give them 50 grand, they'd be gone in Mexico hiding out, and you'd never learn anything anyway. So I made them all mad by flipping the whole thing on its head, and I charged maybe 10% as an entry fee. And then I took a percentage of the person's profits that was capped at $50,000. So for me to get my $50,000, they had to make $200,000. And they also knew that I wouldn't disappear on them, because I'd never get my $50,000. So people really like this, and 1,700 students later, it's still going strong, has unique elements to it. People actually spend an immersion weekend in the Great Internet Marketing Retreat Center, which is my big estate home in Virginia Beach, and they actually live in the house for that immersion weekend. And we have a TV studio here. They shoot video. It's very comprehensive. And probably the most unique part is that nobody at my level will even talk to you at all, let alone teach you anything. So all of my program is one-on-one. So you have unlimited access for a year, one-on-one to me by appointment, or if it's an emergency, anytime. And I'm a fanatic, so I'm weekends, evenings, holidays, I don't care. And then all the people I've trained that work here, you have access to them for specific things. Like Mark has written 3 books on YouTube marketing, so any YouTube things. Lakia all day long is all she does social media. We got Larry and we got Travis and Jennifer. So we got all these subject matter experts to help you. So it's very unique, and I'll put this program, it's the longest running, most successful anywhere on earth in the field of internet marketing. So check it out at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, and you also get a scholarship to my school if you're in the mentor program, which is a $19,000 scholarship on retail. And it's if you're military, first responder, law enforcement, or their immediate family, we give you a $9,500 scholarship just for that. So thank you for keeping us safe. So anyway, check it out at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com. Now let's get back to the main event. Vladimir Adonis is here with us, and he started a really great, popular, cool website and got it shut down. But that didn't stop this guy. He kept going, and he came from humble beginnings, probably helped make him the kind of guy he is today. And he's helping a lot of people around the world start and flourish in coaching business. So Vladimir, what's your work schedule like? What's your routine? You get up early, do you eat, work out? How do you do it?
So my routine, I get up around 7 a.m. In the morning, and I try and do some type of a workout, some type of a movement. And I'm not a heavy workout type guy.
And where are you located?
In South Florida. I live in South Florida, so the weather's
South
beautiful.
Florida. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the majority of the time. So I could probably just take a walk around my neighborhood, and I would fulfill that requirement. And then when I come back home, I try to have at least about 30 minutes of just quiet, solid time, whereby I don't touch any electronics. I don't do anything. And then after that, my day gets started. I start off with breakfast. Then I check my my dashboards, specifically my marketing dashboards, to see how many leads that I had come in that day, to make sure I am still indeed getting leads,
right?
And to make sure that everything that should be running, is running. And then the thing that I do after that is I check client work. So, I obviously have homework that I give to my clients. They submit that homework to me for review. I review it. And then the latter part of my day is I spend time with my clients. I have, whether it be one-on-one sessions or group sessions, I spend time, with my clients. And then the afternoon part is time with family. So that's a typical day for me.
Now, I'm not much of a bean counter. I'm good at bringing money in, but I'm not real precise about it. With digital products being 97% profits, you can mess up quite a bit and still do all right. But do you have it like figured out, like how much it costs you to get a lead?
Yes, I do.
So what's a good range that people should shoot for depending on the price range of their product?
I mean, I would say for me, depending on the price range of your products, anywhere between $3 to $8 is a good price range, for me.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere between $3 to $8. The more seasoned your, I'm going to get technical, but the more seasoned your pixel is, your Facebook pixel is, the easier it'll be for you to be able to generate leads at a lot lower cost, and the more retargeting you do. So there's things that you can do to have it go, below, say, the $6 or $8 to begin with. But I would say that's a sweet spot. Now, sometimes people don't always start off at that amount. So some people may start off in the double digits, like between 10 to say $12, $15. But ideally, when I work with my clients, I try to get it to a single digit number by doing retargeting, and by making sure that the pixel is well seasoned, and make sure that we bridge the gap in between the time the person sees the ad and follow up and so on and so forth.
All right, so let's so people don't get totally lost that are newbies. We'll talk a little bit about pixels and retargeting. Just for everybody's just the simple explanation. If you've looked at something online and then you see ads for that following you around all over the earth and in your own bathroom and everywhere else, people are retargeting you. They know that you stopped there. They might not know your name, but they know that you stopped there, so they pixeled you, and then they can advertise back to you cheaper because they already know. And with a higher conversion rate because they know you're interested. You already read their blog post or watched their video. So that's retargeting. And pixeling is a little, think of it like you probably heard the term cookie, where you've been cookied. Well, it's kind of like a cookie where they, if you do something online, they know about it. And then you can you can advertise to those people that did a certain thing. So that's the really low level explanation so that you're not totally lost. But Vladimir is saying that he's getting his lead cost down because he's making good use of those pixels and retargeting. Is that a fair explanation there?
That is a great explanation.
Yeah, because if you just keep advertising willy-nilly blind, you're always going to be paying the highest rate, and you're never going to know what's working. And even when you get more sophisticated, you can not advertise to somebody that's already bought your product. See, there's, and I'm guilty of this sometimes. Sometimes people get an ad for stuff that they've already purchased. Well, that's just irritating them and wasting my ad budget. See, so you can actually subtract a list of people that already bought your stuff, and then you're only advertising to the people that haven't. And then as soon as they do, this system knows about it and pulls them out of the one list and puts them into the purchaser list. So that's what we're talking about, learning how to use paid ads. So Vladimir's gotten really good at it to get his cost much cheaper for leads. So that's what we're talking about. So you got something to give our folks, right?
Yes, I do. So essentially, if you're a coach or a consultant and you're looking to get more clients, I have a free resource. It's a free training video. It's a 3-step framework that's going to show you how to get more clients for your coaching or consultant business. And you can access that by going to vladadonis.com, VLADADONIS.com.
Yeah, and we'll put that in the show notes for you. And like I said, that's his real name. I couldn't believe it myself. I thought it had to be a Vegas showman name. But that's his name. So we shortened it for you a little bit. Vlad, VLADADONIS.com. And take advantage of that video. And also, he's he's demonstrating lead generation here too. He's being on my podcast. And this lead's not going to cost him anything when you go over there and watch this video and so forth. It'll help you. And nobody gets mad when you actually help them, even if you want them to go into your program. So he's a perfect example of the method that he teaches you. But there's just a lot of stuff to it when you, that's why you get a coach like Vlad. All right, man. So thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Tom. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll have all his stuff in the show notes at vladadonis.com. And we'll catch everybody on the next episode. See you later.